Welcome back. I hope everybody had enough thinking and ready to see the solution for problem 2. Let's summarize what we discussed in the previous video. This is a copy of the problem set, and based upon that problem set, I gave you 2 suggestions. You don't have to use both. Any one of them is going to be fine. First suggestion, N for no accident, V for violation. 115 drivers for no accident, so blue is 115. 46 violation, so 46 for red number. The question is, where do we put 21? The driver had at least one violation, and at least one accident. That's going to be a problem. Now, how about the second suggestion? A for accident, V for violation. 46 had violation, so red number is 46. How many had an accident? Unclear. 115 had no accident, so it is possible to find out the number of people who had an accident actually. What is it? It should be, okay, we'll answer the question a bit later. It's easy, but we'll answer it a bit later. 21 drivers had a violation and an accident. That's easy. That's a trade-off. Right here, violation and an accident. So that's 21. So the other 4 question mark I have to fill up. Okay, how do we begin? Let's begin with suggestion number 1. That's going to be solution number 1. And here we go. That's the problem. All right. The idea was, I want this picture again. Okay, here in this picture. I want to find out a good place for 21. 21 drivers had violation and an accident. So violation had violation, so it should be inside this red. But also had an accident, but I don't see any A circle. This is N circle. So how do we handle that? Well, here's the solution. Violation, so inside V, had an accident, so it should be outside of N. This one right here. Inside V because we had violation. Outside N because there was an accident. This is no accident circle. So that gives you 21, and consequently the other question marks are easy to find out. How about this one here? Total is 46 and there's 21 there. All I need is subtraction. 46 minus 21, so we have 25 there. And then how about the next one over here? Well, we are looking at the answer key here. Total 115, 25, so subtraction is 90. And then subtracting all these numbers out of total 150, you're going to get 14. So from here, once you determine 21, the other question marks are easy subtractions. Just use your logic and thinking skill and we can do it. Now that we completed Venn diagram, how do we solve problem 2.1? If one driver is selected at random, what is the probability that he or she had no violation and no accident? Which number? No violation and no accident. No violation, so it should be outside V, and no accident, so it should be inside N circle. Outside V, inside N. Well, here it is. Outside V, inside N. 90. So the probability is 90 over 100. It's an easy computation once you determined the number. Once you determined the Venn diagram, you can do it. Getting the Venn diagram is a challenge. Now, how about the second aspect? If a driver is selected at random, what is the probability that he or she had No violation but had an accident. No violation but had an accident. No violation, so outside V. Had an accident, so it should be outside of N. This is N is no accident circle. Outside V, outside N is right here, isn't it? 14. Outside V, outside N, it's here, 14. And that's how you calculate the probability. So getting this completed Venn diagram is the key. And getting the outline, actually that was the hardest part. I gave you as hint, but that was actually the hard part. And then using inside-outside argument to determine 21. Once this 21 is determined, it's an easy subtraction from that point on. Okay, for the student who pointed toward the second idea, let's consider that. A is for accident, V is for violation, and that was a little bit unclear because I didn't start with had an accident, but it is possible to consider it that way because 115 drivers had no accident, which means out of 150, what is it? 150 minus 115, yeah, 35 drivers had an accident, so this question mark is 35. You can actually determine that rather easily. And then 21 drivers had at least one violation and at least one accident right here in the middle. So if you took this path, then actually putting those numbers are going to be a little bit easier. That computation is not too difficult at all. Putting this one in over here rather than over there is easier. And the next computation are, well, pretty much straightforward. See? Total accident, 150, the total minus no accident of 115, that's 35. Once you get, well, you can determine this question mark, 35 minus 21. That too is easy. Total is 46 minus 21. You have these numbers, subtract from 150 the total, you can find out this final question mark. Here we go. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about coughing. So here are computations and these are the numbers. Now, can I answer subproblems 1 and 2 using this completed Venn diagram? You bet. Let's see. If a driver is selected at random, what is the probability the selected driver had no violation, no accident? No violations outside V, no accidents outside A. So what do you get? 90. See? Highlight 90. Outside V, outside A. So 90 over 150, that's the probability. How about subproblem 2? If a driver is selected as random, what is the probability he or she had no violation but accident? No violation, so outside V, had an accident inside of A. Outside V, inside A. What is it? Outside A, inside V. Excuse me, outside V, inside A. No violation, so outside V, inside A. 14 as highlighted. 14 out of 150, that's how you calculate the probability. The calculation is easy. The Venn diagram is hard because calculation is about technique, it's about formulation. Venn diagram, on the other hand, requires critical thinking. And that's why I'm emphasizing this kind of problem. After all, this course is mainly about critical thinking, data assessment, rather than any kind of techniques that you may one day use in your professional lives. So much for chapter 4 exercise sets, but please remember, this is not an exhaustive exercises for chapter 4. We just had a glimpse of one aspect of chapter 4. There are many other types of problems, and I may choose those kind of problems if I think that this aspect was pretty much well covered with these in-class exercise sets and homeworks and quizzes and so on. And I may put something else in the exam. So please consider chapter 4 as a big challenge of yours, especially if you're going for higher grade.